not as being a star but as being an illusion of it. The same understanding is shown in Christian traditions of the passage, in which English generally use morning star, rather treating the word as a proper name, Lucifer. So too in other religions such as French, German, Portuguese, and Spanish. Even in the Vulgate Latin, it's printed with lowercase Lucifer, morning star, not uppercase Lucifer, proper name. John Calvin said, the exposition of this passage, which some have given, has referred to Satan as risen from ignorance. The context plainly shows these statements must be understood to reverence of the king of Babylonians. Martin Luther also considered it a gross error to refer this verse to the devil. Beelzebub is a name derived from Palestinian god, formerly worshipped in Ekron, and later adopted in Arabic religions as a major demon. The name Beelzebub is associated with Canaanite god Baal. In theological sources, predominantly Christian, Beelzebub is another name for Satan. He is known in demonology as one of the 7 princes of hell. The Doctrine Infernal describes Beelzebub as being capable of flying as the Lord of Flyers or the Lord of Flies. In Mark 3:22 describes accused Jesus of driving out demons by the power of Beelzebub, the prince of demons. The name also appearing in expanded version of Matthew 12:21 and Luke 11:15, 8-19. The name also occurs in Matthew 10:25. Jesus knew their thoughts and said to them, every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and every city or every household divided against itself will not stand. If Satan drives out Satan, he has divided him against himself. How can his kingdom stand? And if I drive out the kingdom of Beelzebub, by whom do your people drive out them? So then, there will be your judges but if I drive out demons by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom has come upon before you. Matthew 12:25-28. It is unknown whether Scammoses about was correct in identifying these names because we otherwise know nothing of them. Zebul might drive out from a slurred pronunciation of Zebo, a word used to mean dung, or Hebrew, or lofty horse. In any other case, from the 4 Bezom was substituted in translation. It is unknown whether Symmachus was the Ebionite was correct in identifying these names because we otherwise know nothing about them or either of them. Zebul might derive from the slurred pronunciation of Zebo, from the Zebo word used for dung. Beelzebub is also defined as the New Testament as the devil, the prince of demons. Biblical scholars Thomas Kelly Shane suggested that it may be the derogatory corruption of Beelzebub, Lord of Prince High, or the Lord High in Arabic translations. The name rendered as Beelzebub. Beelzebub was described as placed high in hell's hierarchy. According to the story, 6th century occultist John Weyer, Beelzebub led a successful revolt against the devil as chief lieutenant of Lucifer, the emperor of hell, and presides over the order of the fly. Similarly, in the 17th century, exorcist Sebastian is a remarkable history placed above of the 3 most prominent fallen angels, the 2 being Lucifer and Leviathan. John Milton, in his epic poem Paradise Lost, first published in 1667, identified an unholy trinity consistent of Beelzebub, Lucifer, Astaroth, and with Beelzebub in second ranking of many fallen angels. Milton wrote of Beelzebub, then those Satan, except none higher is set. Beelzebub is also a character of John Williams' The Pilgrim's Progress, first published in 1678. Sebastian Miliquez associated Beelzebub with the deadly sin of pride. However, according to the Binsiv, Beelzebub was a demon of gluttony, one of the other 7 deadly sins, whereas Francis Barrett asserted that Beelzebub was the prince of false gods. Within religious circles, the accusation of demon possession has also been used as an insult, an attempt to categorize unexplained behavior. Not only had the Pharisees disparately accused Jesus of Beelzebub among powers to heal people, but others have been labeled possessed for acts of extreme nature down to history. Beelzebub has been responsible for many cases of demonic possession, such as Sister Magdalene of Dominic's in 1661, whose relationship with Father Justin had not only led to countless traumatic events at the hands of her inquest, but also to the torture of execution of the bewitcher of young nuns. Beelzebub was also imagined to be sowing his influence in Salem, Massachusetts. His name came repeatedly during the Salem witch trials, the last scale of public expression of witch hysteria in either North America or Europe, and afterwards the Rev. Cotton Mather wrote a pamphlet titled Beelzebub of his plot. Satan, known as the devil, is an entity of Arabic religions that seduces humans into sin or falsehood. In Christianity and Islam, he's used to seen as a fallen angel or jinn, who used to possess great piety and beauty, but rebelled against God, who nevertheless allows him temporary power over the fallen world and host of demons. In Judaism, Satan is typically regarded as a metaphor, evil inclination, or as a subservient to God. A figure known as the Satan appears in Tanakh. Prosecutor, a member of the Sons of God, subordinate to Yahweh, who prosecutes the nation of Judah in heavenly court and testifies the loyalty of Yahweh's followers by forcing them to suffer during the intertestamental period, possibly due to the influence of Zeus. And figure, the Satan develop into a malevolent entity with adherent qualities, dualistic opposition to God. In the apocryphal book of Jubilees, Yahweh grants the Satan, referred to Mastema, authority over a group of fallen angels or the offspring to tempt humans to sin and punish them. In Synoptic Gospels, Satan tempts Jesus in the desert and identified as the cause of illness and temptation. In the book of Revelation, Satan appears as the great red dragon, who defeated the Michael the archangel and cast him down from heaven. He is later bound for 1,000 years, but is briefly set free before ultimately defeated and cast to the lake of fire. In Christianity, Satan is known as the devil and is sometimes called Lucifer. Although the book of Genesis did not mention him, he is also identified as a serpent in the Garden of Eden. In the Middle Ages, Satan played a minimal role in Christian theology and was used as a comic relief figure in mystery plays. During the early modern period, Satan's significance greatly increased as beliefs such as demonic possession and witchcraft became more prevalent. During the Age of Enlightenment, belief in